the world reunites with one sole purpose.
Isso é Brasil!
The crown is at stake once again. Who will be the next king of the kings?
Brasil! E unir força pelo Brasil. Espanha!
España lo va a hacer. Yo confío en España.
México.
We're going to try to form the best team possible and try to take the cup home.
Venga, México! Itália.
We are not interested, of course, in participating because we wanna win.
It's Morocco!
Alemanha, Colômbia, Argentina,
França. Saudi Arabia.
Chile, Estados Unidos,
Polônia.
Índia.
Netherlands, Japão,
Catar.
Indonésia.
Peru.
The stage is set. History awaits.
Quiero que sientan como si todo el equipo estuviera debutando, como si fuera la primera oportunidad que tenemos para demostrar al mundo de lo que están estos jugadores colombianos. No hay rival fácil, pero nosotros somos un rival muy difícil.
Aquí es donde ustedes demuestran que ustedes valen y de verdad todo lo que han trabajado por ese momento. Así que hagan que cada cosa
Y a ganar, muchachos, darle con toda confianza, saben que no se puede cometer errores y nada, a ganar, muchachos, la verdad con todo.
Para tirar un buen penalti hay que tirarlo con confianza. Hay que sorprender al portero, que no se la vaya a venir. No te la juegues con el peine, ni con el exterior tampoco. Lo mejor es un punterazo de toda la vida. Así, no lo así.
Una nación en busca de un gol. Y pega Jane para
Hombre, que yo no voy a tirar un penalti de puntera, hombre, ¿cómo ese muerto? Que no, hombre, que no. Vale, pero por lo menos no lo falles. Se te llena el chat de banderas de Perú.
Tirar con esas zapatillas.
Abdoulaye Gueye. Zayn o Gueye.
¿Y esas bocatas que lleva como botas que son?
Todo el Perú pendiente de este momento donde hay centenares de miles de personas.
Todo Perú. Todos los peruanos. Todos los peruanos. ¡Vamos!
Zayn con una
¡Vamos, Zayn!
responsabilidad. Y pega Zayn para adentro. ¡Gol!
Chicos, yo lo siento mucho por Perú, lo siento mucho por el Zayn. No pienso celebrar este penalti. No. No. Y no os admito que me pongáis aprende. No os admito que pongáis aprende. Llego a tirar yo un penalti así y me pedís la dimisión.
Marca Zayn, marca Perú.
Por favor, por favor.
Welcome back to our coverage of this wonderful tournament. A lot of action to look forward to, starting with France against Algeria. Match day 2, excitement to follow. Coming up after this game, the two teams starting with France. Now, who of these players can step up here this evening? France really needing the win against Algeria. Anthony, who can they count on?
Yeah, I think the French can especially count on Anthony Scaramuzzino, the former League One player with Nice, and also Jonathan Kojia, the former international player for Ivory Coast. We saw a few glimpses from him in the game against Italy, and he was impressive.
Algeria should be confident enough after beating Poland, but Poland aside, who lost 2 games in a row. Putting it in some kind of context, so Algeria will be confident for this game. Trident Arena Stadium, we're going to get the cards dished out. You look to your left-hand side, 100% Joker on the touchline. It's a dash for cash. And they race out off the lines. 2 players arriving just about the same time. France said blue shirts, white shorts, needing to bounce back big time. And an early opportunity will be the goalkeeper to sweep it wide. Lesek.
Yeah, decent strike as well, left foot on it. That's the right idea. Far corner, just.
This is when we expect the goals to go in. 32 seconds on the clock. This is where the goalkeepers can hit the net. Not on that occasion. To right-hand corner. France again moving forward with purpose. Yet to hit the back of the net.
Yeah, lovely strike there from Zhao. The Algerian keeper saying, not today, not yet, buddy.
So, with a layoff, there's Sek. Another player for France and Algeria on the pitch. And Sek will have a go. And there's nobody in the goal line, and it's not far off target at all. Not on that occasion. Good vision. Nice volley technique. And about
audacious attempt from the goalkeeper, Yuni Bouguera. That was the right idea when the goalkeeper is way off his mark, just a tad bit short.
Oh, that was very sloppy. Skada, and he's exposed his side, and France pay the price. Slapdash touch for yet another pounding. Ben Sharif, a gift of a goal.
Yeah, Ben Sharif gets his 3rd goal of the competition, and it's a mistake from a player you would not expect to make that kind of midfield section. Just what are you thinking, my friend?
Yeah, France shooting themselves in the foot early on, and that will not help the confidence. And they cough up the ball again. Ben Sharif, who's just found the back of the net. Will he get his 2nd? That's a good stop. Good stop. France already.
What a hustle. What a way to track back for Lesek. Getting in there just in the nick of time. A split second later, and that ball would have found the back of the net.
Yeah, Lesek saving France's bait.
10, 9.
Already 5 against 5 with 3 minutes on the clock.
6.
Ben Sharif then. It's given Algeria the lead.
3.
Another goal conceded by the side in blue.
John, so far, Algeria the better side.
Needing something just to get them going, really, just to get the mojo back. Not sure that ball crossed the entire line. We heard a whistle in the stands. Martins just going nowhere. Now we're up to full strength. 5 minutes gone. Early thoughts.
Yeah, Algeria clearly the better side. France more nervous. Algeria lighter, more confident on the ball. Able to play well on the counter-attack. A little too aggressive here from the number 27, Nicolas Martins.
Their confidence perhaps a little low for France, but they've got a long, long way to go to get themselves back into this game, to get themselves back into the tournament. They just need that self-belief, which has been lacking so far.
Ooh, there it was Chendri. You would not want to be in this position. Ouch! Oh, my friend, don't give me the... We got to give a huge shout out to the work being done at UNICEF. They work in over 190 countries to protect and improve the lives of the most vulnerable children, ensuring health, education, and protection from violence, conflict, and poverty. Very important work that they do. And of course, we have to mention UNICEF.
Quickly, and where it is most needed.
8 minutes on the clock. Look at this, John. A president penalty for France.
They need to defend here as well. Just about get away with it. But yeah, France...
Hami is going to get a second chance after missing that PK against Italy. I can already see him walking down. He left the booth beside us. He's going down to the field. Once this ball goes out, it's going to be a president penalty, a PK for Les Bleus.
Yeah, he's been doing a lot of stomping and banging around. Can he produce the goods on the pitch? We're going to find out very shortly. France trailing. They've conceded 9 goals so far. They need something. Takes a deflection, takes the sting out of the effort. The referee is saying.
There's Adil Rami. Ladies and gentlemen, just to let you know, we have a World Cup champion about to take the PK. This guy won the World Cup with France in Russia in 2018. He won the Europa League with Sevilla, played for AC Milan, Olympique de Marseille. I could go on and on about this guy. It's not every day that we get a name as big as this connected to the King's universe. We're very lucky.
Yeah, massive name, massive moment here for France. He steps forward and drills it. That is some relief. Really is for France because they
did he safe and center. He was betting on the goalkeeper to jump to one side. His bet was correct. France are level. They
inspire this French side who've struggled so far. Good defending in the end from Martins, and he's back at his seat.
Yeah, 10 minutes into this first half, halfway through this first chapter, and after that goal, I can expect a new France.
Who squeeze in a shot. He's a bit more confident, the side in blue.
Yeah, speaking of confidence, that was a confident finish there from Clément Cuguei. He just
get the verbal explanations from us, and also keep an eye on the right-hand corner where we go through the rules and the regulations. But here it's one apiece between France and Algeria. Referee steps in. Good refereeing actually throughout this tournament. The refs do try to keep out of the way of the game. Rarely intervene, but only when necessary they had to. Martins. It's not the first time he's been a little bit clumsy with a challenge.
Yeah, Martins with the foul there on Bouchif. And a huge shout out to our viewers.
Been looking impressive so far from what we've seen of them. Don't forget, get your tickets if you're on the Sao Paulo region for the big final of the Allianz Parque, home to Palmeiras, as if you can.
January 17th, that is the place to be. Get your tickets on our website, kingsleague.pro.
It's and all the information that you could possibly want to have about this King's universe.
Yeah, a couple players we could point out here in this first half thus far. John, of course, Ben Sherif on the Algerian side. He scored the goal. On the French side, in a positive way, on the back heel touch that ended up giving the goal for the African side.
Yeah, it really was a school kid mistake, wasn't it? Terrible mistake. As the Algerians now will have to do some defending. It's very tight, terrific double stop in the end, but our referee would have thought as well for that little bit of contact there. Him, it was, who had his shins caught, then a kind of double stop, first the keeper, then a goal line clearance. Now this could be big here for France. Will they take a look at this again, or will they stick to the ruling on the field? Anthony, your thoughts on a potential penalty?
Yeah, the penalty apparently was committed by, guess who? Driss Zidane. He's the nephew of Zinedine Zidane. You wouldn't expect a player with that.
A chance for France to score a second from the penalty spot. And Scala needs this. France need this. Can he find the back of the net? Stepping forward, well taken. Keeper guesses the right way, but France take a 2-goal lead coming from behind. The well struck penalty just away from the keeper as it thumped the back of the net.
Yeah, would you look at that, Anthony? Scaramuzzino going from 0 to hero. Lovely left-footed finish, top corner. Not a goalkeeper in the world
no Johns or Jonathans out there this evening, I don't think, in the entire tournament. Well, France then, just starting to find their feet perhaps. Less than convincing as Algeria pop it in, but well off target from Ahad.
Is played, how the game is played. This is one of the rules in the final 3 minutes of the first half.
We're yet to get there, of course. We're yet to see teams really take advantage of these double goals, but big times in these conflicts.
Yeah, Algeria were a team that took advantage of the double goal scoring in the final kick in the match against Poland, so hopefully someone can do it again.
Play, which is a little bit concerning for the French. However, they've got the noses in front, a little soft perhaps, although you can't grab them, they go down automatically. Just here, was it enough to drag him down? Referee says so.
You saw the reaction there from Skara. He was asking for a yellow card.
Of course, that might change when we move into the quarters and the semis and of course the final. But it's been played in a good spirit, and we've seen some terrific skills, and we've seen some great games from this wonderful little arena. It is worth double. It's worth its weight in gold.
Yeah, you really do not want to make mistakes like that one in the final minutes. Amin was able to redeem himself.
There's the league as it stands, or rather the table as it stands. A reminder, it's the top side from each group which goes through. This is just about dealt with. It is dealt with in the end.
Needed to fight another day.
Winner automatically through. And then you need the, that boot was a little bit high as we reach that 20-minute mark and the halfway stage in this contest. The volley is off target in the end. After kickoff is usually crucial. Dice time in just a few seconds.
Yeah, Adri Contreras in our booth number 16 will be in charge of the dice roll. Whatever this lands on, a reminder, will indicate how the first 3 minutes of the second half will be played. Since it landed on 3,
it can make all the difference. It's finally poised. France against Algeria. France in the blue. A couple of players down. Referee says, okay, this one sails into the back of the net. A wicked deflection. And as they did early in the first half.
John, Algeria have 2. Ben Sharif has 2. He's got 3 goals now in the competition. This guy's got liquid nitrogen running through his veins to lob that in.
He's also got some very tight fingers. If they look back at that, France have got every right to say the shirt was being dragged off.
Now,
it's blatant. And the referee was in a good position as well.
Checking headball.
Clear holding of a shirt. Shirt almost being ripped off.
Check completed, goal okay. Check completed,
I wonder what the final decision will be here.
Okay.
Well, there you go. It's absolutely clear and evident.
Yeah, the shirt pull there on Jonathan Gogia.
France will feel very hard done by that. As this ball's played, having a chance here for the side in blue to get something well struck from the keeper. Driven in low. Lessec, wonderful goal from him.
And the French goalkeeper Guillaume Lessec. Look at the run inside. Teaming up, left foot on it. Wow, what a rocket. The French lead again.
Yeah, fabulous strike, fabulous technique. Did the referees get it right about the second goal for Algeria? Comes away and fires over.
Goal there for Butaki in the competition. I'll tell you one thing, John. I think in 11-a-side football, the foul would be given.
When he got VAR as well, and it was so blatant, and it led to the goal.
3.
As this one is hammered in. The game has come to life.
Off to one side, not a bad idea.
Algeria probing from a tight angle. Whizzes in as we expected, right at the start of the second period. Kept his head down, drilled it in.
What a lovely strike there from Boussif El Afghani. He saw the pocket between the goalkeeper and the post, and he said, you know what, that's where I'm going to place it. Lovely left-footed finish.
Available for Algeria, and they can make such a difference, especially when you've got a game like this where there's very, very little in it. Seen one shootout so far in this tournament as Algeria press forward. They look so purposeful down that left-hand flank of theirs. A wonderful goal. Dinked over the top. France try to keep it alive, can't do so. Sel tries to break away, he's got pace, gets position! And Tess Lasek.
How about that run, though, from at one point with the president penalty, with a secret card, it just seems to kind of tilt in someone's favor. Or we could get a shootout, of course.
Drifts wide of a target on that occasion. Yeah, France cannot allow that to happen. But they're facing a tough Algeria side. No joy on that occasion. Algeria 2 cards to play.
Yeah, keeping in mind the cards can be used up until minute 36, so we still have a decent amount of time.
Algeria digging in. Now a break on here. They've got the numbers forward. Can they make it count? It's going to be a presidential penalty from Algeria. They had a great chance there. This one's drilled in. Nice stop from the keeper. Spread himself well. Keeping the hat on as ever. Found the net, but perhaps only just with his first penalty. They all count as long as they ripple the old onion back. Again, it's always interesting. The penalty taker goes across, it's a shake of the hands. There's still that competitive edge, of course, now the sec.
13 million followers on Snapchat. That's the number for this guy.
All hoping, we assume, he's going to find the next. Can he do so? Well, he does. And he struck it exceptionally well. The sec beaten by the power.
Zach, the shot simply had too much pace for him to get a glove to it. And he converts his second president penalty, 100% conversion rate for the French-Algerian digital creator.
The lack of firepower up front for this French side as Algeria turn. And Algeria move, looking for another wonderful technique. Couldn't quite take the ball with him, came very, very close, Hadou. And it's, well, they thought they...
Yeah, lovely give and go there. Hadou was involved on the play. He almost went on the way.
It's clumsy in the end.
Rough challenge there from Haris El Moutaki, and Algerians are saying, hey, that was all ball, but because of the roughness of the play, I think Algeria have been the best side thus far.
Yeah, they've been good to watch, Algeria. A lot of technique, a lot of heart. Here they come again. Now, can they extend the lead? Still open, and it's driven into the net. There's the answer to that question, and Haris has popped up.
Cancel that goal either way. Very intelligent from Haris El Moutaki to follow that play and run on the other side so he can put himself in the right place at the right time and just send home the rebound. If the goal is legitimate, El Moutaki is going to jump up to 5 goals. He's going to level Berotti as the top scorer of the competition.
Let's see this. This is the contact. Oh, that is a hard one to judge here. Neither player really had control of the ball. You can't see it from that angle. Almost a handball by the...
Yeah, the Algerian involved there was Soufiane Ahmed Kadi, the number 99. I'm going to leave this one for the chat. You guys watching, what do you think? Was this a foul or not? Yes or no? Let me know in the chat.
I think Martins had lost possession, but it was certainly a touch on the shin there, but he was down on the ground as well.
Do you have a different...
Eyes on our referee. It's a secret card about to be thrown in by the Algerians.
Do you have a different image from the side?
I think our referee's asking for a different angle. Anthony, your gut feeling on this one?
My gut feeling is it's not a foul. Both players went for the ball. It's part of the game.
Do you have a different angle?
Sometimes it isn't nice.
Because for me,
both players...
Eugenio, for me the action comes
were somewhat
Also
hurt
from
by
the,
that
from
contact.
the
That's why you have shin guards.
I think Martins as well made a little bit of a meal of it. You see that delayed reaction, throws himself to the ground. For me, is always a telling sign as well.
Show me again. Show me
You
again.
really have to acknowledge the bravery of these players to
Show me
go
again.
for that tackle.
And what I always tend to go by, Anthony, the more replays,
The French player is playing.
and this has been going on for some time, it becomes a guessing thing from our match officials.
Playing the ball, right?
It means he's undecided.
Absolutely, and from up here in the booth, you can see the reaction from the Algerians that say it's to 4-3. But look at this, John. The Algerians have activated their secret card.
Yeah, I think France on this occasion will consider themselves a little bit fortunate. It's a game of opinions, of course. A goal taken off, a penalty given as well, and Scala a chance, instead of his side trailing, a chance to put them back on level terms, and does exactly that. Top corner.
Yeah, top corner, John. If it worked the first time, why not try it again the second time? Penalty kick, left foot on the ball, top corner. If there's a golazo from a penalty kick, this is what it looks like.
Point, isn't it? Because the French could have been trailing by 2. Instead,
double goal.
It's Stevens. Huge decision from the officials.
Yeah, now they're going to have double goal privileges.
How significant that penalty decision, that ruling out of an Algeria goal will be. I'm sure the Algerian fans are going absolutely crazy with that call from our officials, but it's all part and parcel of the game. Might just wind up the Algerians, but it's given France a real lifeline.
And of course, just to clarify, it was a secret card from the Algerians who have the double goal privileges.
As I say, they will be very annoyed by that decision, especially if it costs them here this evening.
Yeah, speaking of France and Algeria in Brazil, both teams were actually involved.
Driven across the area, no joy for a blue shirt.
In the FIFA World Cup in 2014.
One is whipped away. Getting close. That's a wonderful turn and a wonderful strike, but it just fails to dip and find the back of the net. Needing to take advantage. Probably feeling a little bit hard done by now, giving away. Can France exploit the mistake? Dinked in across the area. Hit well off target in the end. France, they failed to take it. Just wouldn't sit right. And on the outside of the boot, miles off target.
Yeah, you would certainly expect a better finish, especially from Jonathan Kojia, who used to play for Aston Villa.
Oh, that's a nice little layoff. France knocking on the door, but again they put it wide. Baller on that occasion.
Though.
4 apiece. An intriguing contest as it's floated down the far side. Decent little layoff. A couple of seconds remaining for Algeria. Can they profit? They can't. Don't forget to predict every round here. Try to predict this game if you possibly can.
In the final, I think we're going to get Spain versus Brazil. Brazil have their revenge
Penalty.
and win it all. That's my prediction. You heard it here first if it happens, buddy.
Penalty is the card from France.
Secret card.
I'm going to draw you back to this game and where you think it's going to go. You've got a little bit of a window here. Where are we going with this one?
Card.
Penalty. I think we're heading for a shootout. That would be my bet. We got the CG there wrong. It's actually just a regular penalty.
Scala, who's hit the net once, does so again from the penalty spot. His 3rd of the night.
Yeah, talk about a guy who really went from 0 to hero after making that first mistake. Drink all 3 of the goals from the penalty spot. It's very difficult to score 3 consecutive penalty kicks. Anthony Scaraschita has certainly been able to do
during this campaign. But you're absolutely spot on. 5-4, but scorekeeper went for it, missed it. France pummeled by Italy in their opening fixture. Algeria seeing off Poland by 8 goals to 5. There's only a little bit of contact there. That big decision when Algeria could have taken a 5-3 lead. Penalty. But now, France in front. Can they hang on? Plenty of time for Algeria, plenty of time here. Moving forward in numbers, it's Ricochet which takes it wide.
Against Brazil, Peru off a slim loss to Qatar. High stakes for that one as well.
High stakes in every single match here. France wanting to keep possession. Even extend their lead if they can. Algeria now, this is where the personalities, this is where the character, determination, that looked a little bit soft to me.
Está en directo. Bueno.
Spain.
Yeah, that was DJ Mario. He scored a beautiful PK, a beautiful precedent penalty in the victory against Brazil. Whenever I see him walking up and down the Trident Arena, he's always very serious, very concentrated. You can tell he's...
Sounds just like you.
And like you as well, my friends. That's how we gotta be.
Now, it's wasted in the end. Balloons into the stands. All the information you want there on our website. The header is looped into the air, an easy claim. Algeria searching for an equaliser.
Our website, kingsleague.pro.
Again poised here. France just edging it until now. Well, what a strike. What a wonder goal from a long, long way out. Balloons, but what a strike. Really hits it with real purpose. That one flew into the back of the net.
Yeah.
What a time to score. What a time to score a goal like that.
Yeah, a right-footed rocket, and the fact that it took a touch off.
Second straight defeat. Second straight win for the side in green shirts. Who have made the French work for everything, maybe decisions going France's way, but it's on a knife's edge here. Almost 36 on the clock, and it gets really interesting when we get to this point. Ball across the area, hammered almost into the ceiling.
Minute 36.
For whatever reason, tends to have the edge, but
Black
the
for you.
stats and the data on that
Yellow.
don't
You
go
start,
that far
you choose,
back.
you shoot second.
That could be
Okay?
the case.
Yeah, and of
All the
course,
best.
we got a shout out to our friends at Fortnite, because I've heard that several presidents are going to teach these players something right now.
Get your votes in as well. It's a really crucial time here. Now, drills it in. Harris kept his cool in front of goal. Ayer's name in the chat.
Yeah, when we're speaking of a player of the caliber of Harris El Moutaki. Yes, sorry guys, we're gonna have some acai. They're probably watching us right now. We'll take some acai. Thank you very much, guys. Bye-bye.
Still, the playoff goes in. Here, it drifts into the net, but only just. It looked like the keeper had it covered. Rui manages to pick his spot.
Guys, if there was a moment in the broadcast where we were not commentating, it's because we were receiving, and the dramatic shootout continues.
The man who scored that thunderous goal moments ago hits the metalwork. Fabulous goal from open play. Amekadi on this. You've got time with a shootout. Imbula now races forward. He's got 5 seconds. Tries to create the space for himself. The keeper gets a touch, but the power of the shot sends it. The power of the shot. Keeper went down, got a palm on it. Couldn't keep it out.
Yeah, overall, John have gone in, so certainly better than what we saw between Argentina and Germany.
Zidane. He has the name. Has he got the pedigree? He hasn't. Polasek committed very early down the angles, closed down the options. He's having a
game, but with that finish, he doesn't have the game. The nephew of Zinedine Zidane denied.
Now this is big here for the French. Can they put it away? Wonderful skills! That's how you score! Great footwork on the front. Number 10 finds the back of the net. Terrific footwork from him. Wonderful balance. Yep. Acquired it to step forward. He's passed it 5 seconds. He's got the 5 on the back. The keeper denies him. The sec. In terrific form. France coming back from that defeat against Italy to see off Algeria, and you can see how much it means to this French side. Terrific stuff from them. President is absolutely overjoyed. We're in the booth next to us. France beating Algeria, and they had to get the result, and they got it.
The MVP of the game.
But again, it's always an outfield player so far. Don't forget, he's going to be signing the match ball as well. What a game. What a game we have there between France and Algeria. What a game I'm sure we're going to have here between Spain and Peru. Coming up shortly, live and direct from the city of Sao Paulo.
Yeah, the Peru of Juan Perez, a.k.a. the Peruvian Rooney, versus Spain of Nico Santos, who was very tough to do. Let's have a look at the lineups, beginning with Spain. Let's keep an eye out for the number 7, Nico Santos. 2 goals in the previous game. He was the MVP. Pay attention as well to the number 30, Gerard Nola. Let's have a look right now at the lineups from Peru. Let's keep an eye on, of course, Juan Carlos Perez. He had the brace in that 5-4 loss versus Qatar. Peru versus Spain. Spain versus Peru. Ladies and gentlemen, I said it quick, I said it fast. You heard it right. We just posted on social media a message that Kaká will take the president penalty in Brazil's next game. Kaká. Fasten your seatbelts, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. The dash for the ball begins, and we are finally underway. Spain get to it first with Marc Pelaz, the number 8. He certainly has the speed. He's got the support of Dani Perez, the Spanish goalkeeper. Back towards Pelaz. Here's Perez. Pelaz hits it first time.
On occasion, we've seen how effective goalkeepers are. Chance wasted.
Peru looking for a response. Juan Carlos Perez gives Eric Ramirez Frio with that ball. Here comes Spain on the response down the left. Pelaz met by Juan Carlos. Attempted the effort.
Not used down the centre. You've got to be aware of your opponents and also where your teammates are.
Eric Ramirez Frio, he scored a goal in the first game against Qatar. Can he find the back of the net again? He's able to connect with the teammate, Juan Carlos Rooney, off the post! Peru denied by the medal. There's the long ball. Is it going to go in? Almost.
Took a touch too many. It seems squeeze the shot in. It's a little unfortunate as he rounds the keeper and then just tries to get himself in position.
Here's Frio. The support from Juan Carlos on his right foot, trying to work his way inside. Look at that piece of skill. Met by Dani Perez. No goals. Usually we get some goals in the first.
I just wonder if Spain can find the consistency to grind out the results here. They are in the driving seat. That win against the host nation was absolutely massive. And they now...
We're about to hit the 5th minute mark. 7v7 right now, and the teams can activate the precedent penalties and the secret cards. Here comes Spain, goal line. Not a bad effort there from Pelaz, but he didn't quite have an angle, did he?
Again, nice footwork. Again, what you've got to do, okay, he can see from that position. He's got a little bit of an angle there, but you need to be aware of who's around.
Look at how quick Spain can regroup defensively. It's very tricky to play against Spain. They don't give you a lot of space. Here's El Baron. run down the center from Ringber, trying to squeeze his way through. The effort from Varón blocked. Spain now have the counter-attack. Nice piece of effort. There's the shot on frame. Good save from Eric Ramirez El Frío.
Now, which one of these two sides will spring the first surprise?
Peru win it back. Agnello connects with Asensio. A very strong Peruvian team. That is what we have seen in these almost 7 minutes of play. A very even game thus far. Both teams with not a whole lot of space. Teams that don't want to make mistakes. He swings it all the way the other way. Nice pass from Aicardo. Right hand side. It's driven in. Block. Fantastic from Dani Perez. What bravery from the Spanish goalkeeper, just throwing himself into trouble.
You're quite right. A brave stop. He had to get across. There's the contact, and that looked painful on the head. Certainly no malicious intent, but just sliding in once you've committed, of course, to make that kind of challenge. But so far, even stuff, isn't it? And Peru making sure that Spain work for this. Could have been worse. And Santos in very smartly as well. So it's a physical battle. Good contest between these two, Spain and Peru. And Spain giving the keeper no chance. Maybe they've seen something from Peru's first match. Maybe they want to close down the defense in every opportunity.
I think the only game where we had no goals to that Brazil versus Qatar broadcast.
Yeah, Kaká against Kata. Should be an interesting contest.
Absolutely, Jan. Couldn't agree with you more, my friend.
And this is intriguing, isn't it? It's one of those matches. It's lots of huff and puff so far in this game. Maybe the quality not quite there. It's like this.
Yeah, Peru are tactically getting it right. It's clear that they studied the game between Brazil and Spain. Oh, this is the loose ball. This might be 1-0 for Spain, and yes, it is! The Spanish lead. Advantage of that loose ball that was squirted away. One touch on it. Cool, calm, collected. Just to lob it over Eric Ramirez Frío. Or vying for the equalizer. How are they going to respond? They were doing everything right. Unlucky for the Peruvians. They concede. They're going to have to open themselves up a little bit more.
That's where the clever money is, but there's a long, long way to go. And Anthony as well, I think beforehand, I think before that win for Spain against Brazil, maybe people weren't thinking that, but they certainly are now.
Look at the ball possession. Peru with almost 60% ball possession, but at the end of the day, what matters is finding the back of the net. Spain have been able to do that, form the base, right, the spinal cord of this Spanish national team. Perez, Alex Guti, Aitor Vives, Soriano, Cole, Pelaz, Nico Santos, all players who play for Porcinos. Juan Carlos hits it first time. The idea was good, but from there...
In this contest.
Spain restart. Nice pass down the center. Oscar Cole accelerating, halted in his tracks, still going. Met by a rough Ringber Sanchez. High press from Spain, able to win it back. This could be a good chance here to try and double their lead of this first half thus far. Cut back, there's a deflection. Going to be picked up by Luis Vivas. Good way to slice his way through to try and activate the counter-attack.
Spanish player complaining who got caught in the face.
Juan Carlos, this is the guy with the brace against Qatar, works his way inside, shifts direction. Ringber, he's going to pull the trigger from range, blocked. Peru have the rebound. Here's Portilla. Tried to lob it through, it was red.
Scenarios, yeah, of course any team can do that, but now we're at a full scenario here. Spain looking solid. I don't want it to be a kiss of death because they almost gave it away on that occasion. But it's hard for Peru.
Here comes Spain. Right hand side, driven in, almost to 2-0. Spain, oh so close. It was Alex Guti, right place, right time on that far post. Unable to tap it in though. Good work from Eric Ramirez Frio to just close it.
Yeah, right place, right time, wrong finish.
Here comes Spain, left hand side, Nolab.
I think what you find is when we have 7 against 7, it's the sides with the better quality of the sides who are going to score goals. I'm not going to say anyone can score when it's 2v2, 3v3, but it's a lot easier in that situation. When it's a full complement, goals are a bit more special and harder to come by.
Yeah, and speaking of difficult, it's Kaká will be in charge of Brazil's president penalty. VAR intervention right here. Possible handball, let's have a look at it again. Elbow there from Jorge Sevilla, the number 15.
Yeah, for me that's okay, there's contact, but he's flying in okay, he's got the arms extended, but it's so close, but the, of course...
The referee sounds the whistle, Nola! Calm, cool, collected. It had the pace, it had the power, it had the precision. Spain double their lead. Frio went the right way, but the PK was just too good.
Or Noja, depending on where you are, of course,
yeah.
Third goal.
What a strike now with 3 goals in the competition. Here's the replay.
Penalty. Okay, people will say well, the arm was extended and in a natural position, but what is a natural position when you're flying in? And for me, it's all about the distance between the person who hits the ball and the defending player as well. Well, that's the rules as we go into this 2-goal scenario.
Those privileges. Now we're going to enter double goal mode, so the ball you will see right now will change.
An opportunity for these sides to take full advantage of this 2-goal situation. You put the ball in the net, it's worth 2.
We begin double goal mode. Here's the through ball. Peru win it back, able to deal with it defensively. Here's Guti accelerating forward, trying to punch his way through. Only got so far. Rimber wins it back. Such a workhorse in midfield for Peru, the number 18, Rimber Sanchez. A good pass inside. Here's Juan Carlos trying to pick out a teammate. Guti with the interception. Through ball. A little too much pace.
You might leave yourself exposed at the back. You get the goal in the back of the net, and you're back on level terms, so...
Okay, thank you, Sergio.
Going straight through the quarterfinals. Qatar going to the last chance, and Peru in third. No wins for the... Oh, here's the through ball! Spain make it 4-0. 7. It was number 8. I stand corrected. Marc Pelaz, one touch on the ball. It's all he needed. Scoring his first of the competition. For a split second, I thought it was number 9. I was like, wait a minute. There's no number 9 in the row. Marc Pelaz, forgive me, my friend. What a pass, though, from Nico Santos, who's going to claim the assist.
That is big, isn't it? Look at how this scoreline has jumped.
Here's Aitor Vives from range.
Especially after the break.
Yeah, keeping in mind Spain still have the president penalty. They still have the secret card.
No.
No foul on the play. Peru win it back. And that is the end of the first half, ladies and gentlemen. Spain are walking all over Peru. They lead by 4 goals. This is the booth in charge of the English broadcast. Adil Rami, 2v2. That's what it's going to be for the first 3 minutes. Underway with the second half, ladies and gentlemen. Fasten your seatbelts. Here we go. The ball drops from the ceiling. 2v2. This is my favorite mode.
Of course, Spain could get a real stranglehold on this match as well. So it's down to the side in black.
Let's see what this beginning of the second half reserves for us. Almost no lap. There's Frio. He's got El Varón on the other side. This guy was the top scorer for Peru at the Nations in Italy with 4 goals. Here's Frio. He's going to tee up Varón! And Peru have a lifeline. We have ourselves a game, John.
Yeah, so important right now when you've got so much space and time to make it count. Okay, it's still 4-1, but it's just that little bit of a lifeline, as you said. They've got to press forward. They have important right now when you've got so much space and time to make it count. Okay, it's still 4-1, but it's just that little bit of a lifeline, as you said. They've got to press forward. They have it. They've got to go for it now.
A goal on one side, a goal on the other. That's the speed at which the 7, Nico Santos, here he is, right foot on it, scoring Spain's 5th and his 3rd of the competition.
Yeah, just
Spain's 5th and his 3rd of the competition.
Yeah, just Peru.
And it's a goal on the other end. It's a back and forth game. It doesn't get any better than this. It's the Brazilian-Peruvian Bruno Agnello goal. And they have the lifeline yet again. Left-footed finish, cool and collected.
Yeah, there's just no time, is there, to explain a goal.
There's Frio. Corner kick taken short, Nolab. Towards Nico Santos. He's the top scorer for Spain in the competition thus far on his right foot. Tries to chip Frio, who was having none of it. Is he going to go for goal? Yes, he is. And is it going to go in? The answer is also yes. From coast to coast, from goal to goal. This is why Enrique Ramirez is called El Frio. Peru, who were taking advantage of this initial second half. How about this replay, John? President penalty.
Which Peru used in their first match.
And he's having a word there with Bruno Agnello. President penalty right at minute 23 to really shoot the Peruvians back into this game.
I think you can hear the noise as well, because I think the Brazil fans are more than happy to see Peru take this match to Spain.
And he's going to take his shoes off. The referee sounds the whistle. He's going to switch his foot. He's ambidextrous, apparently. Right foot on it! Power, pace, and precision as well from Alexis Descalzo. He's not a pro, but he certainly took it like one. Peru were down 4-0, 5-4. This is why the Kings universe is simply remarkable. We have ourselves a game.
Yeah, how this game has gone.
Alexis Descalzo, Mr. Universe from Peru. I'm excited for this one, John. Listen to the Trident Arena right now. The Peruvians are in absolute awe after that goal.
They are really up for this one. They want the side in the black shirt to put a downer on the side when it was 4-0 at half-time, that this game is not yet over, and that is proving to be the case.
You said that, John. That's all you, my friend. You were 100% accurate on that one, buddy. Spain trying to punch through, unsuccessful. Peru able to deal with it. They punch through after all. Cut back inside, and it's blasted away. Spain restart. This has been the narrative of the game over the past few minutes. Peru sitting back, Spain trying to infiltrate. There's DJ Mario. A very even contest. Oscar Cole, the control, the turn, the run. Guti hits it first time. Cole, the support over on the right-hand side. First time touch, straight towards the world, the home to Palmeiras, one of the most important teams here in Brazil.
And together for a dream. Site, of course, not only tickets, all the merchandise, all the information about this fabulous competition.
Spain are one of the favorites to be there, especially after beating Brazil, but Peru are giving them a very, very tough time.
And Kaká, you can see Kaká in the bottom right-hand corner. So we've announced there's going to be a penalty taken for famous faces.
Yeah, we've got MC Ariel, Gaules. Just a few of the big names connected to the Kings League. What a layoff!
Yeah, Peru not yet done.
Here's Guti. We got two Gutis. Peru have Kevin Gutierrez Guti with a Y, and Spain have Alex Guti with an I, number 16. Here comes Spain. Nico Santos, right-hand side, tries to squeeze his way through. How about that tackle? Corner kick taken short for Pelaz to restart. The long ball is blocked. Peru win it back, cut across. That we get a secret card from Peru, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, there it is. Good card. There was a foul here on Nolab. What it is, goal times 2. So if Peru score in the next 4 minutes with this double goal, they're going to turn it around. That would be crazy, John. Absolutely crazy.
That is a great card.
The referee sounds the whistle, left foot on it, and it's barreled out of bounds. Yeah, the effort there.
We'll let this clock run down with this 2 minutes. Play it just a little bit conservatively. Keep Peru at bay and then go for their cards.
John, I think you're right there on the money, my friend. I think they're going to wait till minute 35:59 to use the president penalty and the secret card.
Give them the advantage if we go into the match ball situation. If that happens, of course.
Spain have only a 1-goal lead. There's a foul there from Saravia on Gerardo Nola.
One being the presidential penalty, so they had to get it out quick. Of course, it's not going to happen right now.
Off of El Varón there, Peru win it back. Here's Frio. He's got the support over on the left-hand side. This ball across is very dangerous. Portilla hits it first time. It's a good ball. El Varón couldn't get a hold of it. Spain win it back. Here's Nola, tries to cut it across, blocked. And it's not going to be DJ Mario this time.
Esposito on his back. I don't know if it's like a little Spurs fan, who knows?
Yes, Esposito to take it.
Look, Esposito.
Esposito with the number 9 jersey, the famous Fernando Torres jersey, right? He had the number 9 for Spain. Morata, if I'm not mistaken, is a number 9 as well.
Well, has he got a Torres finish in him?
Esposito versus Eric Ramirez El Frio.
Was he getting his trousers caught on his feet?
There's the whistle. Esposito! A rocket off the crossbar and in. Spain add into a little bit more comfortable of a situation. Not a goalkeeper in the world who can get to this rocket. What a finish.
Straight down the middle. Does he strike the underside of the bar? Does he put the roof of the net? He hits it with crucial.
After what we've seen so far from these teams, it's... What a goal! Sensational strike from Oscar Cole. And that just might be the nail in the coffin for Peru. Left-footed strike, hitting it first time. Here's the replay. John, right as Spain activate their secret card.
Yeah, everything has gone right for Spain in these last couple of minutes. But that was an absolutely wonderful volley. They win the header inside the area, sending a message to the other sides in the competition, but there's still time here.
Here's Juan Carlos driving down the right-hand side. Goal line, almost ran out of real estate. to the very end, and then one team manages to shoot ahead. It's a shootout for Spain. A chance to make it 8-4 and regain that 4-goal lead.
Shootout.
Yeah, they put this away. Goal. So does this count if he gets it as his third?
Unfortunately, it doesn't work like that, my friend. Here's Pelaz. Unsuccessful.
And that was poor. Poor from Pelaz. Your mindset right from the beginning. As I've said, it's the first touch which sets you up, and then
into this one. Here's the effort, or almost effort, from El Varón. He's got support over on the left. 34 minutes. This ball's lifted towards Juan Carlos. Lovely turn there, Juan Carlos. Muscles off his marker, pressured by a couple of players.
To get his cross in.
No push, no push.
Corner kick, Juan Carlos cut back. Peru unable to capitalize. It's touched away by Cristian Lobato. Throw in for Peru. We have entered the final 60 seconds before match ball mode. Rimber Sanchez tries to punch through.
And Peru will have to get half a bag full.
Yeah, so Peru will have a chance. Not a big chance, but still a chance to come back into this game during match ball mode. Less than 30 seconds before we enter our match ball mode, sponsored by Fortnite. Here's El Varón. Touched away, El Varón once again, deflected shots. I would not want to be the number 16 Guti in that situation.
Kept his eye on the ball as it came in, and well, maybe a glance off the chest in the end, slightly deflected. Could have been a lot worse, of course, but still painful.
Yeah, to the stomach there. The Spaniard clearly wounded. I would not want to be him in this situation. Ouch! There's the replay.
Yeah, it just kind of skims off the chest, doesn't it, really, more than anything else. It's still hard enough, but still enough.
Nice wide angle here of the Trident Arena. You know, John, there's very little time left, and very soon we'll be going down. So in this Battle Royale, we begin 5v5, okay? It's no longer 7v7. After every minute that goes by that Spain do not score, a player will be leaving the field on each side. But here comes Spain right now! No need to explain it.
Is this an offside, or they got it? The celebrations are fairly muted.
So I don't know. I did have the impression, John, that he was a tad bit offside. What a run from Nola to beat his marker before teaming up his teammates right here.
Stop the time, stop the time.
I mean,
this is very close.
I think it might be a tad bit offside.
Yeah, this is the thing about VAR. Look at that. It's a toes difference if it gets called offside.
Yeah, he is a tad bit offside. A question of centimeters, really.
It's millimeters. This is the big issue, isn't it? Not here, of course, but with VAR in general, that you're talking about millimeters separating what was a decent goal. It might just be a question of time. Get your V or MVP votes in immediately.
El Varón from range. Decent strike, aiming for that top corner. It goes wide. Nico Santos, almost 38 minutes on the clock. Spain just need one more goal to seal this deal. Is Guti. This is the player denied the goal a few moments ago. Nico Santos, support on the right-hand side. Goal line cut back. Unable to pick out a teammate. And for Peru to drive forward over on the left. Little layoff there for Juan Carlos. Accelerates. Dispossessed. Back towards El Varón. He's always pulling the strings for Peru. He's got support on the left-hand side. Juan Carlos. Is he going to go for goal? Took too long to make up his mind. Dispossessed.
Spain can break.
It might be the counter-attack Spain were looking for. Cut back. Here's Guti. That first touch was just dreadful. And here come Peru.
And this is where fitness levels and the mental strength really kicks in. You've got to dig in deep.
Here's Juan Carlos. He pulls the trigger. Cut across. And El Varón gives Peru another lifeline. We have ourselves a game once again, buddy.
That is big. And maybe now Spain just feeling a little jittery. They still only have to score one, of course. And Peru still.
And Alex Martí, the number 92 for Spain, cuts to his left foot, pulls the trigger, sends it wide. Pelaz, one of the best players on the pitch today, cuts towards his right, pulls the trigger, blocked by Frio. And now Peru are accelerating in the opposite direction with Sarabia.
You've got to be fit again to get back into position.
Pelaz regroups. Sarabia took too long.
Where's the support?
To make up his mind. Finds an angle, accelerates. Lovely work from Dani Perez. And this just might be the end of the line for Peru. Here's Pelaz 1v1. And he is denied by the post. A dramatic end versus Peru. From wherever you're watching us around planet Earth right now, if you're watching this game, you are watching, and
maybe that's not Pelaz's forte.
El Varón with the header. Here come Peru, the little chip from Rimber Sanchez goes wide. Nico Santos.
You wonder tactically what Peru have in mind here. There's the pass.
Here's Nolab, back towards Nico Santos. Good touch there from Portilla. But Spain still have it. Here's Nolab. Cuts towards his left, and he drives it in! And that seals the deal for Spain. They beat Peru 8-5. Spain shoot to the very top of Group D. 2 games, 2 wins for DJ Mario, Spursito, and their squad. But we really have to commend the Peruvians, John. They put up a fierce battle against the mighty Spain.